Hi, I'm Art Caplan. I'm at the Division of Medical Ethics at NYU's Grossman School of Medicine. Well, recently, the Supreme Court of the United States struck down the use of affirmative action in admissions to colleges, universities, and medical schools and nursing schools. This has led to an enormous amount of worry and concern, particularly in medical school admissions in the world I'm in, where people start to say diversity matters, diversity is important. I know many deans of medical schools immediately sent out messages of reassurance to their students saying NYU or Stanford or Harvard or Minnesota or Case Western still are deeply concerned about diversity, and we're going to do what we can to preserve attention to diversity. I've served on admissions at a number of schools over the years for med school. I understand and have been told that diversity is important. The Supreme Court said, well, not explicitly by race, but there are obviously many variables to take into account in trying to keep diversity at the forefront of admissions. Let me say at the schools I've been at, Columbia, NYU, Pitt, Minnesota, Penn, there are plenty of qualified students. Happily, we've always been engaged in some effort to try and winnow down the class to the size that we can manage and accept, and many qualified students don't get admitted. The first order of business for me is not to worry about how to maintain diversity. It's to recognize that we need more doctors and we need more nurses and we need more mental health care providers. I'm happy and will in a second say a few words about diversity and where it fits into admissions, but I want to make the point clearly. What we should be doing is trying to expand the pool of students who are going to become doctors and nurses and mental health providers and social workers. Too many early retirements. We don't have the person power we need to manage the healthcare challenges of an aging population. So let's not get just lost in arguing about what characteristics ought to get you into the finest medical schools. Let's realize we have to expand the number of schools we have. We better be working pretty hard to expand our physician assistant programs to make sure that we give full authority to qualified dentists and nurses who can help deliver some clinical care. We need more folks. That's really where the battle ought to be. How do we get that done, and how do we get it done quickly, not just arguing about who's in and who's out and why? All right, that said, diversity to me has never meant just race. I'm always interested in gender orientation, disability, geographic input, sometimes in decisions that you're looking at. When I have students in front of me, they tell me they play a musical instrument, or they tell me about the obstacles they had to overcome to get to medical school. Some of them will say, I was involved in 4-H and did a lot of rodeo when I was in high school or junior high school. Makes them a kind of diverse potential student that maybe some others don't bring. So I'm not against diversity, and I think having a rich set of experiences in any class, medicine, nursing, whatever it's going to be, is beneficial to the students. They learn from each other. It is sometimes said that it's also good for patients. I'm a little less excited about that because I think our training goal should be make every medical student, nursing student qualified to treat anybody. So I don't think that just because you're Latinx or just because you're gay, that that's going to make the gay patient feel better, because I think we should teach our students how to give care to everybody that they encounter. They shouldn't have to match up characteristics to feel like they're going to get quality care. That isn't the right reason. Diversity is important, I think, to teach our students, to broaden our research, to make sure that bias doesn't creep into how we teach or how we learn or how we behave. When you have a diverse set of providers, they can call that out and be on the alert for it, and that's very important. I also believe that we should think widely about diversity, broadly about diversity. Maybe race is out, but certainly income and background and struggle that got you to the point where you're applying to medical school, motivation, the kinds of experiences you might have had caring for an elderly person, dealing with a disability or a learning disability, trying to overcome, let's say, going to school in a poor area with not such a wonderful school. Those experiences, I think, really help both in terms of forming professionalism, forming empathy, forming a caring point of view. So to me, the main goal is let's expand our workforce. The secondary goal is let's stay diverse because we get better providers when we do so. I'm Art Caplan at the Division of Medical Ethics at NYU's Grossman School of Medicine. Thanks for watching.